And we're live. We're live. Yes. Hi everyone. Welcome to our new studio. Finally, we finally moved offices. We nearly lost that stream today because of amazing people at telecom company we're using. Not gonna be pointing fingers though. We're planning pointing finger stream for some other time. Uh, anyway, today's topic is Ramhan Island. This is kind of new to me as well. We are going to look for their own literature because it's great and better than any presentation I would whip up in a couple minutes. And I'm not trusting an intern with that. So, quite frankly, it's going to be a deep dive, a kind of slow one where we'll look into some floor plans, look into the grand plan, talk what it's all about. Enjoying the new studio. This time I'm way more comfortable, having a nice sofa to sit on. You can see there's an armchair next to me. That means we're gonna be having more stuff. We're gonna invite people who are actually interested, unlike me, and who are fascinated and actually have some good experiences to talk about, to talk shop. Um, Frankly, this is new environment, so it's a bit echoey. The sound isn't great. I do apologize for this horrifying, absolutely horrifying cable management. That is temporary. I will fix that, I promise. Um, Otherwise, let's get into the new topic, right? Um, Speaking about Ramhan Island, um, so general introduction. It's not in Dubai, it's in Abu Dhabi. It's a project next to Yas Island. And if you're F1 fan, you know there's a Yas Marina circuit. It's right next to that. It's right next to water park. Very close by is the Abu Dhabi's Louvre, which made some media rounds recently. Um, it's really a very, very good location for entertainment. Abu Dhabi is now working very hard to create these entertainment clusters on the islands. And this is the luxurious grand plan. This week's news, I was talking about the Abu Dhabi having a lot of internal companies for doing real estate, and one of them is Eagle Hills, who are the developer for this island. Well, it's actually, once again, we're calling it this island. It's archipelago. It's a few islands, all connected by roads. So great access, great everything. And the island is located right off the Yas Island. So it's not central location of this entertainment cluster, but you're nearby to water parks, theme parks. Um, it's very, very good spot to be. It's very family friendly. It's a really good, cool vacation spot. It's really cool place to live. Honestly, it's a side of Abu Dhabi, which is much closer to Dubai. So once you're off Yas Island, you going you going like 100 miles an hour all the way through down to Dubai. So it takes you no time to get to Dubai if you really want to go there. Um, Location is absolutely great. And you see, they go for this kind of like lagoons, Maldives kind of style of living where they have a lot of small islands of very complex shapes to maximize the beachfront area. Um, you can see they are planning to have it as a fairly pedestrian friendly as well. Um, what I'm excited about is all those little jetties for boats because oh come on, Visiting your mates by taking a boat, that's just great. That's just very, very, very cool. It's very cool experience. It's something you can only do in Fort Lauderdale, and soon you'll be able to do it here. Um, so that's a master plan. That's what I was talking about, right? Um, very complex shape. You see, the entrance comes through the bigger island, which has all the services, a bit more land area, and then all the villas are based around those tiny islands. And those islands, they go right into the mangroves, so it's very green. It's very kind of nature-centered part of the cluster, right? And it should feel very much like you're not in a desert at all, you know? So, once again, um, sorry, we got a bit of a technical difficulty here. Let me work it out just in a second. I apologize. We're back. We're back. Um, so, yeah, once again, that's the island. I didn't realize you're not seeing what I'm talking about, right? So, those are the jetties and pedestrian walk bridges, a lot of greenery. Greenery in Dubai is very expensive because fresh water is expensive and the soil is not very fertile. So that's a very cool way. That's very cool. That's the main status, the main kind of like wealth statement you can have in Dubai is a lot of greenery. Same in Abu Dhabi, across the Emirates. In Dubai, the only way to live in a forest is to live in Al Barari. Ramhan Island will be your option for Abu Dhabi. Uh, you see, master planning, what I talked about, and you see how that's virtually every villa here is beachfront villa. You don't get it anywhere. That's why artificial islands are so great. As long as you can do that, artificial islands can really, really boost your um, length of your overall beach, right? And you can design places which are perfect for that. hmm So those are the islands which were announced so far. Um, uh, Once again, not very imaginative. You know what? Uh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2 out of 4 are the same names as Al Marjan, which we did last week. Um, the breeze and the views. Guys, come on, come on. There's so many more cool names. Uh, I given my complexion, I would absolutely opt for Sunburn Island. If you don't want to be as direct, go for Lobster Island. That's amazing as well. I mean, they. I love this development. It's really cool. I had a look into it before the stream, and I've been advised for. I've been advised to look into it by a lot of my colleagues. But guys, you're allowed to have fun. Name it something cool, or I don't know, name it after characters in a novel, in a movie, you know? People would absolutely love that. So, uh, I think we're going to be looking mostly into the Views Island villas. And honestly, this development, I'm not going to be talking at length about the investment potential. I believe there is one. Um, is there as much potential investment investment returns to be gained as in other places? Not necessarily, but it's a very cool end user property. If you want to be based in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, if you want to be based in one of those hubs with those taxation terms, which we I think discussed previously, but I'll probably make a separate video about the taxation. I think we'll do a live stream with really cool lawyer here we know who helps us handle the most complex cases, who knows a lot about financial law and a lot about taxation law here in UAE, and we will get a lot of advice on that. Do tune in. That's the one to look out for, because that's where you can actually get free legal advice, which is not official legal advice, obviously, but you don't get many opportunities to ask questions to a lawyer on a live stream, because lawyers are terrified of live streams. What if they say something wrong, right? It's not like I'm risking my whole of my career doing that. And if anything goes sideways with that company, I'm unhireable now. But let's carry on. This is the Cove Island villas. Once again, you see, it's very very large properties. It's so Bliss and Glam are both over 5,000 square foot. That is of a big family or a lot of, you know, leisure space. Once again, this is the difference between here and Europe. Here, the approach and attitude is desert is big, let's build big, right? They believe they have a lot of space to build. They believe they will never see it run out in their grandkids' lifetimes, even. Um, so they are building large properties. They're building as much floor area as commercially viable. Where when you go to Côte d'Azur, everything is very compact, very efficient, and this is all. This is a valid approach. This is a valid approach, but but really, speaking about Côte d'Azur, it's sorry. Let me get my controls closer to me so I don't keep leaning over my microphone. So yes, this is a valid approach, but it's not necessarily the best approach. It's frankly good if you're single, if you have one child, if you have more kids or you plan to have more kids, or you like to host parties, even, right? That's that's not great. So you getting big floor area just improves your options either way. Yeah, it's more to furnish, it's more to maintain, but once again, maintenance costs here in Europe are very different. Here, hiring help is much more affordable, is much more achievable for even your average person, right? Um, and the this floor area is actually serviceable. Um, but but I will stop rambling and we'll go back to the presentation, right? To the literature they provide us. The Breeze Island, once again. Ooh, the sky. 7,500 square foot. I'm a little speechless. I very rarely see this kind of floor area anywhere, especially with beachfront access, right? With the first beachfront line. This one, this one will be very, very, very much in demand. Because people from coming into UAE from easterly directions, so it's India, um, well, Southeast Asia, it's the China. They traditionally do have much bigger families, and they look for enough bedrooms to bring all six of their kids and their mom and their grandma and their great uncle, right? And I think those will be more this kind of setup. But once again, having that for beachfront vacation could be a really valuable investment. Large villas are really, really rare and far in between. So if you have this kind of property, it will be very much in demand on rental market. Marine Island villas, I mean, all about the same. So that's the one design. You can see this one is very kind of cool, minimalist styling with this single floor layout. Um, very unusual for UAE. Once again, if you want those kind of open plan living situations, if you like that, that should be really good for that. You see ample parking space. Although I wonder why they don't do fully enclosed parking. I will be happy to pay for air conditioning. The parking my car is parked at. Cars get hot here. Um, looking into it, um, the you can see it's very much a entertainer's option. It's very much for people who love parties. It has a pool, it has some extra spare parking, but it doesn't have as many bedrooms compacted in there, right? It has good services section, it has huge patio, big living room. It's you know, it's exactly what you would want if you host parties, or maybe if you like to hang out in a big group of friends very often. This one is frankly stunning option, especially for that kind of um, price point, which we don't know exactly. I'm just gonna say that I've been promised it's gonna be way more affordable than anything you're gonna find anywhere else, beachfront and close to any kind of amenities. Um, the 1M, I spent last half an hour contemplating what M stands for, but apparently mirrored. So it's the same but mirrored. Carrying on. Sky. This is the massive one. 700 square meters, 7,500 square foot. Look at that. Private mooring for a yacht, obviously. So you get some extra bedrooms on a yacht. Also be able to cruise on it. But really, really, we all know it's there because there's not enough space in this house, clearly, right? 7,500 square meters is what? House for ants? God. They just done mooring, to save money. It's a tiny place. It's extremely compact. Can't even fit one family of three in there. 700 square meters is nowhere near enough. Need this yacht mooring. Just so in case somebody visits, you have somewhere to put them, right? Mm, so, jokes aside, massive. You see, the front facade is very much a spacious parking for three cars or four cars if you really compact them. But there's also driveway, which if people visiting, they will always have a space to park. I assume there will be plentiful parking at the services area, and you can take your golf car, which I assume is included. If not, we can arrange you one to just bring bring your guests to your house. So golf buggy is a must in this kind of communities. You can see it's an enormous plot around it. Once again, if you're into gardening, um, it's incredible. If you're looking to get some private beach, which is extremely long, which you can set up with cabanas to your liking, maybe even uh, have like a little party area, beach bar. You can add all of that to that. You can have your own little party palace here, but this one has all those party areas, so you can still host a massive party, but it also has a lot of bedrooms and a lot of space, so you can host people for multiple days. You can really, really use that. You can really take advantage of this area because it being a huge land area doesn't mean it it has to be utilized inefficiently. The layout is very efficient. You can see there's also um, some storage, or I assume it could be a driver's living quarters right next to your parking, because I assume many of the customers for that building would not only have maid but also would have a driver. So this way you have a lot of service staff working for you, able to live on site. Um, that's the ultimate comfortable living, really. Sky M, mirrored, same but different. Bliss. So that's a slightly smaller option, but still enormous, really. It's pretty enormous. Um, again, again, plentiful parking, some outdoor areas. Um, Once again, uh, all of those houses, what is unusual, are coming with huge land plots. And huge land plots means you can do your own landscaping, you can plant a lot of trees, you can make your house all that more private, right? And all that more detached from the outside world and make it your own, truly. You can always expand the pool because you can see there's a lot of space, and if you would like a bigger pool or very special shape, once again, should be easy to do, should be easy to arrange. Bliss and mirrored, once again, stopping by. It's mirrored. Once again, there is a gatehouse for you, right? That's that's something I very rarely see. That's something which is a really cool feature. If you need it, you need it. If you don't need it, you can always use some extra storage. Um, Glam, honestly, about the same area. Uh, Not a big fan of the design here, of the architecture. I mean, I know other people like it. I know a lot of people who like it, and it's frankly more reasonable. It's something shading you a bit more from the sun, a bit more energy efficient if you care for that. A bit more classical styling. Once again, if you're into that, you're into that. If you're not, the previous option is great. Once again, a pretty large plot coming here. Um, Honestly, it's very similar, a bit more family living oriented than the previous one. The previous one had more of the sociable areas. This one has more of family time, indoor, your own bedroom kind of time area. So if you're less extroverted, I think that's a might be a better option. That might be a pick for you at this kind of land area, this kind of bedroom amount. Um, Mirrored, same, different. Vintage. This one I actually really like. It's both minimalist, but it's restrained minimalist. It's not a massive glass cube. I think this one is really cool. Um, it's on a smaller side, a bit more achievable. Less land area, which is fine, absolutely fine, really. Um, at the end of the day, you still got the pool, you still got free car parking, you still got some storage there, you still got the maid's area, still plenty. Um, there's still reasonable patio. It's enough for a family dinner outside, right? Overseeing the islands and the sea. Um, if you look at the back garden, it's nicely shaded as well. So I think this option is a bit more targeted towards people who live year round and who would like to live there rather than vacation kind of living. It's much more daily usable. So I assume I really like it because I actually live in UAE and it's something I could actually use. Once again, please, please let us know what you need. Please discuss with us. All of those picks and ideas, they're very, very um, goals dependent. So I'm talking here very general terms. But honestly, it's property purchase, especially if you are the end user, is a very, very intricate process, right? It's very much a process where so many needs and so many specifics need to be considered. We're really, really, really working hard to work out those processes where nothing gets missed, where the customer ends up getting something they genuinely love, because real estate purchase is tough. It's well, I shouldn't be saying that, but it's never a smooth sailing. It's never a smooth sailing. There are always going to be things happening, and yeah, it's scary and it's tough, but it's got to be worth it. And we make sure it's always worth it at the end of the day, and it's always leaves you with a really good impression of, okay, every party in this contract had to do some work, but this work resulted in something really, really, really cool. So once again, it's very much a special, special process, and that's why we're making those deep dives. It's a chance for me to learn it as well and to be able to help our brokers. And sometimes when I deal with clients personally, consult my clients on what would be good pick for them for their lifestyle, because we always talk with people, we always try to help people work through what they're actually looking for, because the answer you're looking for couldn't always be easy. It's never that obvious. You might come into to us and say, oh, I know exactly what I'm buying, and I'm going to be this horrible guy saying, no, 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 please tell me what you're looking for, right? Because you might be thinking, oh, I want. The good example is address sky views. Sorry, no, not sky views. Address fountain views. There's like what, 5 addresses in downtown now, so I'm getting confused all the time. So address fountain views. We had a number of clients come into us on the same story. I'm telling this one because this one repeated itself a lot. Oh, I want address fountain views because I want to see Burj Khalifa and I want to see the fountain show out of my bedroom and my living room. Okay, okay. Address is very expensive. So we start asking, you're the end user, right? And we talk with the guy and saying, you if they're the end user, are they looking to live there for a little bit? Are they looking to rent it out? And they say no. We ask them if they need hotel services right in their building just to never go outside if they want to. They say, oh no, that's not necessary. Cool if it is, but not necessary. Ask them if they are looking for a building where the way they maintain their apartment in terms of not being allowed to keep animals, the furniture is expected to be only certain style is okay for them. And for some people, it's a deal breaker. For some people, it's just uncomfortable to be that intrusive because, yeah, you get address apartment, you get certain standard, which is essentially gold standard in Emirates living, right? But it comes with some territory, and not everybody likes this trade-off. It's because everything you do is ultimately a trade-off. So then we say, okay, so you're not looking for fountain views, you're looking for literally views of the fountains. And then it's a Burj Royale. Please check it out. Luckily, the building was nearing completion. We already had one client's apartment there close to delivery and had good agreements where we could come in and show people the views in person. And I swear to you, every person who decided to come and see the building and see the views purchased it the same day, saying, okay, I'm saving about 30% compared to address on the things I don't need because it's cheaper for a reason, but is it reason enough? You're still getting a beautiful building with nice gym, beautiful communal areas with this absolutely great pool, separate children's pool, barbecue areas. You know, it's positioned right next to Edition. The Edition is a building in Dubai where you got great number of great restaurants, an amazing bar, beautiful lobby, spa. It's an entertainment complex in itself, and if you want something more, Dubai Mall is just across the road. Um, so really, all those services, and once again, it's next door to the address. So as long as you're willing to cross a road to get to amenities, you got the access to all the address amenities as well. What you don't get is the finish quality in the apartment. You don't get any furnishing or options to buy furnishing ready made. And you don't get concierge desk. Once again, very, very niche things not everybody needs. And those guys, they got those apartments. People start moving in. Actually, follow me on my personal social media. If we have somebody in the chat, please drop my TikTok link or my Instagram handle. I have a full walkthrough of this apartment. It's really cool. We were the first guys in this apartment getting delivery. We have options right now there. It just been delivered. Nobody lived there. So you get a new build, but you're moving in right today, and prices are going up. So every day you're waiting, it's getting more expensive. Also, with if you're watching us from Britain, with pound dropping, it's getting double expensive because this one is connected directly to dollar. Anyway, that was the one hell of a tangent. Let's get back to. So we've seen the layouts and everything. Let's see the Spark. Once again, a bit more modernist, a bit more outdoors living, a bit more party living kind of cool option. In the same square footage as the previous one. You see, it's very modern. It's very kind of contemporary style. Once again, a bit of a gatehouse, a bit of a pool. It's really same but different as a previous one. What you can notice here is the way it laid out. The pool doesn't have as much of a view, unlike the rendering. So the pool is off to the side here. But you have a bigger patio area, all beachfronts. Get yourself one with a sunset view. Gonna be amazing, right? But if you want to pull a trigger on a sunset view, you need to start working towards it today, next week. Honestly, it's gonna be how do you put it? It's gonna be first come first serve, and the next launch is sometime in September, so it's fast approaching. And if we can get expression of interest from a client earlier, usually we can work with the developer to try and work an arrangement where our customer gets the first picks. You don't want to be getting first picks of somebody else. Grace. You see, this one is small, and when I mean it's still huge. It's still huge. It's still a full-sized villa, but this development is very special, where they offer a lot of cool opportunities for people looking for something truly massive. Once again, this one is much simpler. It's fully detached, semi-detached house. You see, right? That's the best way I can put it. Once again, it's still got all the amenities, but buyer beware, no pool. Honestly, that's a low one. That's a tricky one. I absolutely hate when they do that. You got a beachfront villa, but you don't get a pool. Just just dig a hole in the ground, fill it with water, please. Please. I'll be honest, I absolutely hate sea. I don't swim in well, I like sea. I like seeing it. I don't like swimming in it. It's just the nature's raw sewage. I'm sorry. I need a pool with a sea view. I'm yes, I'm that picky. I'm sorry, but I need a pool with a sea view. Um, once again, anybody with modicum of reason getting this villa will be finding a way to get some space and dig out a pool in there. So why they're not doing that on a building stage, I'm not sure. Are they saving money? Is there not enough space in the plan? It looks like there is enough. So honestly, these kind of decisions they confuse me. But otherwise, you can see it's plentiful parking. It's what it's still apparently a four-bedroom. Twin suite plus two bedrooms is what they mean, I assume. I'm sorry, I'll need to lean in and have a closer look. Yep, yep. They mean four bedrooms. I'm sorry, I've been really skimming through those, so I'm not sure and don't remember. It's been a busy week. We've been moving, right? Um, once again, Grace M, same and same stuff. Charm, at the same size, a bit more classical kind of design. Oh, I really don't like the front facade. I really don't like it, and it's a bit of a cheaper option clearly because it doesn't have any covered parking, at least on a rendering. Let's see. Yep, yep. But it has a pool, so I would go for that. I would rather burn my hands on my steering wheel like I do when I leave my car in the sun, but I'll have a pool, right? I'll cry in a pool about it. I'm fine. Once again, very unusual layout. It's this one got, as I can see, the rooftop entertainment area. So that's very cool again. I think this one is a clear winner compared to the previous one at the same kind of floor area and a very similar floor plan, actually. And why not? They came up with an efficient floor plan, just dress it up slightly differently, add the special features to the different villas. You got yourself a range. And once again, we're looking through those views. There's so many, right? There's so many options. I believe this development has something to offer for pretty much any scenario. Well, any except for not having enough money to afford it, but there's no easy fix to that. Trust me, I know I can't afford it. If I could, I would. Um, so that's the material boards and specifications. Um, the mood board you can see has a lot of wood, a lot of stone, very much classic and standard. Should be all right. I wouldn't expect the world from it, but it should be all right. Um, Dark scheme is a bit more. out there, always will be, but once again, seems all right, seems nothing out of the place. Honestly, I've seen these material boards in every other development. Um, so that really completes our look into that. That was a relatively short one. So I will stop here to discuss what we've got. Looking into that. Short summary: a lot of villas, all are beachfront, uh, large plots, gated community. I mean, it's great, and you're close to all the entertainment you would want. Um, but the Abu Dhabi itself, the downside is Abu Dhabi, and I'm saying downside. That's an opinion, not honestly a fact right now, right? But I'm not running this place like a verifiable news source. I'm running it as my opinion and my perspective source, right? And for me, Abu Dhabi is a little too boring. It's a little bit more classical thing. So, really, really speaking, it's uh, it's a it's very much an administrative city and a oil trade city. Dubai, if we consider restaurants, entertainment, shopping options, just general layout where it's all full of lights and bright and always moving is much more fun. But once again, Abu Dhabi is a bit more child friendly, not as riddled with traffic, much quieter. Uh, and Dubai is a quick trip away. I think you're 40 minutes away from the Palm, and once again, some of those villas have the jetties for your boat. So you go into Dubai, make it a fun day out, take a boat, moor up. There's a lot of yacht mooring spaces. There's a lot of marinas in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, so you can always have a yacht with overnight room just to blast off to nearby Dubai, spend the night there, get some shut eye, blast back, right? Just get yourself a minimal speedboat. You'll be fine. Um, Once again, um, the area itself is not really full of amenities. It's all self-contained units. As on the main island, yeah, there will be a gym, a health club, and all of that. You'll have some shops, I assume. Uh, but really, this is like very isolated scenarios. So if you like this kind of living, gated community kind of living scenario, it's really good. If you want to be walking distance from anything you would ever need, not for you. Definitely not for you. If you want to be walking distance from everything, we can offer the source on Saadiyat Island. Literally can cross the road and go to Louvre. I mean, can't be more walking distance, everything available. Very hard to get apartments there, by the way. If you contact us about that, one of my brokers will have a mental breakdown, but we're here to sort it on your behalf, so it's all right. They can struggle for a bit. Um, what else we've got? We've got uh, a lot of islands, so at very, very complicated shapes. So once again, you need to work with us for us to know every unit number. So when day comes for sales launch, we can make fast decision where we can inform you immediately where each window going to look at, what it's going to look at. Because not all of those will be created equal. The views will be very different. Some positioning is important. You probably want only few of some of them might end up in a bit of a lesser uh, view situation than the others, right? And when you're booking units and you pick a specific unit number, it's very important, especially with those very complicated shapes. It's really easy to get confused. It's really easy to miscalculate. So we would work with our client where we'll whip out a whole map. We will take exact bearings on every direction, what you're going to see that direction, what you're going to see with that direction from that shoreline there. And we're going to literally put a circle with a pen and paper around every unit our client finds appropriate and finds good enough for them. We can even rate them in a preference style in case your number one preference is gone, because if you really like it, chances are there's another guy who really likes it. Once again, reach out to us. Once again, please, please, please reach out to us before those projects launch. Not when you heard, oh, that was a successful launch, and you call somebody up and say, oh, I want in. I'm sorry, when you do that, it's too late to be in, or you're going to be waiting for 3, 4, 5, 6 months for next batch of the project launches, right? In the grant development, it's very much hard to catch them when it's too late. It's nearly impossible, for God's sake. Please, 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 keep your eye out. We help you to keep your eye out on those things. That's why I'm doing those streams. I will start doing highlights on the news, actually, about the new developments. That's important as well, and well in advance. And I know there is very little information. I know that all this stuff is very general and they don't give you all the info. And they're going to give you 2 days before launch. But once again, reach out to us, say you want in on this launch. That means the second they send us specifics, we're going to forward it to you. Usually it happens 2 days before launch. And that's when you say to us, okay, I'm gonna pull the trigger, or you say, you know what, not for me. That's also fine. We're happy to do all this work with you. And you tell us it's not for you. We're happy to help you keep looking. We do not like when people give up, but you know what? If you realize you looked into every option with us and nothing is for you, once again, it's your choice. You're free to do so. It's no hurt feelings there. Please, 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 find a brokerage you want to work with, hopefully us, and tell them what you're looking for in general terms so we can work out a strategy, especially if it's off plan, where we look at the launches coming up, look at the launches which are rumored to be coming up, because before we get any information, it's all rumors. And I'm sorry, with even all this informal situation right here, I cannot in good conscience, like, just spew rumors in a live stream, right? Even on a live stream, or in a news piece, or on social media of my company, or even in my own social media, honestly. So, yeah, I know for a fact there will be a beautiful Ellington launch in Al Marjan Island, but I don't know specifics, right? I don't know the prices. Yeah, we can put EOI, expression of interest, I'm sorry. No need for linger here. Right now, and you'll be able to pre-reserve a unit once we know what unit's going to look like, right? You'll have the first peaks. But once again, that comes from discussion. When we talk to you, we will explain in detail. Oh, this project, we don't know much. We know with this developer, the previous projects are that and that and that. We've seen those things good with it, those things bad. So we can estimate, but we cannot speculate like this out to an audience. This is something decided one on one, and this is something we really talk about in person. Um, sorry, I keep getting messages. Work never stops. I can't even have a stream. But guys, right now I'm actually looking for my guys to tell me if there's anybody asking questions, messaging something. If you're watching a stream right now, because honestly, the way I have a setup right now is my biggest issue is I don't see who's watching it, right? So I might be talking to an empty room. I might be talking to 100 people. No idea. Um, maybe some. Maybe if you're watching and you want to ask questions right now, I can use your example to explain how we work with you. But yeah, I'm getting message. There's no questions today, so once let me before I wrap up reiterate my point. All those projects, all this looking at the pictures is all good, but you need to come and talk with people. Unfortunately, you need to come and talk with brokers. Honestly, if you wouldn't need brokers, if you wouldn't need this personal approach for those properties, I would already have a system where you could book something online right now, right? I would have a web shop of apartments in Dubai, no problem, right? Technically, there's no issue. Practically, there's so many moving parts where we need to plan. Do you need a payment plan? What payment plan would you like? Do you need a post handover? Are you investing? Are you uh, private use only? Are you mixed use? Right? So many moving parts are there that it's impossible to take decision as a team of one. Right? That's why we have brokers. That's why we have a big services team. That's why, although I have a separate room now, so people let me work once in a while, please. If somebody is rewatching, guys, unless you have to ask me a question, don't ask me a question when it comes to my employees. If somebody's watching, right? Once again, if you're a customer, ask me any question, okay? Right? Because ultimately, you guys are paying, so I got all the time in the world for you. Um, but that's why we have the whole team. That's why we have big team. We need to evaluate so many moving parts, including the financial logistics, including your immigration status, how you want to approach that. Do you want to approach that at all? Your taxation status, um, all the um, know your client requirements. We go through that. We sort it so kind of seamlessly. People wouldn't realize that sometimes. Um, we do the registrations, right? And once again, how are you going to use it and what's going to be built next to it? Because all those rumors, they're useful in one place. We need to know what you're not going to be there not only right now or in 3 years, but also in 5 years, right? When it's completed and been used for a while, when you want to move out of it. Are they going to build a huge skyscraper in your backyard, or is it going to be perfect views for decades to come? That's also important to evaluate, and we evaluate that. When we're looking at a new project, we would drive out, we would actually look at the physical location, because before they announce, they put boards in front of the plots where you can see the developer, and if you call and you talk to them nicely, they might tell you how many floors they're going to be, right? And you can already expect something there. So what I'm trying to say is talk to a broker. Even if you're not sure you're buying, talk to a broker. Talk to them, tell them what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to find out. They will guide you through the play. through the process. And I know a lot of salespeople are very pushy. I know a lot of salespeople are not giving you information, they're trying to sell you things, right? They're not, they're in a partnership, they're in a sales situation in their minds. I worked very hard to nurture a team which avoids doing that, which will work with you like it's a partnership. Um, because honestly, it comes from the personal place. I hate when people really push and really try to hard sell me things. I detest it, and I'm working not without. It's not without a hitch, but there's always some setbacks. But at the end of the day, we worked out a system where not we're not selling, we're consulting really, right? At the end of the day, we are consulting and we're guiding. And for me, this company, as much as it is my income, it's my passion project as well. So quite frankly, for me, it's a point of pride that we're not the pushy, sleazy salespeople. We are here to help you genuinely. Honestly, you call us and you ask us a bunch of questions, we will guide you through, and you end up not end up buying it. At the end of the day, we'll be happy we helped anyway, because that's how it works. Maybe you don't buy it today, or maybe you buy it in the 5 years time, or 3 years time, right? I'm not here for to stay here for a year. I'm here to build a company which lasts for years, and we want to help you get in and out of properties, like any person would do for their lifetime. And we are working here to really help you, to really work with you. So once we get any comments, you can leave comments in the recorded ones. You can reach out to any of our social media. We'll be happy to answer. You just email us. I don't know, call us. Um, Scream at me in the street if you see me. It's fine. Um, anyway, thank you for your attention. That was my TED talk, I guess. Bye.